So
yeah, that's what I thought I heard
what was the
yesterday.
decision? Why the decision
Okay.
to speed up
I'll
a
be
little
right
bit?
here.
Phase 2.
Thank you.
Give the restaurants a little, I guess, head start on Father's Day.
I think you just nailed it. Head start on Father's Day. It's a really big weekend. They said a couple of extra days, a few extra days, lets us prepare. We're giving them notice, I guess today, certainly the metrics by Monday, this weekend. So it gives them a chance to prepare for what's a really big weekend. And as you know, our positivity rate has been very low over the last week, and that's been heartening.
Why don't you try the microphone?
Can
you guys hear okay?
Sorry about that.
Nice, not a bad profile, but...
Rephrase that, will you?
Governor, what else are you going to roll out for phase 2 in the upcoming days? How about that?
Question is about phase 2. As you know, we've accelerated till June 17th, just a few days. The metrics are pretty good. A lot of the restaurants said give us a little more time to prepare for that coming weekend. And the other, I think, most important thing we'll be doing, Ken, is hotels. Laying out the metrics there really carefully. As you know, going back to the early days of the pandemic, we had said hotels are only for first responders and no short-term rentals. We want to do everything we could to discourage a lot of New York to Connecticut back and forth. But we're in a different place today, and here we are in June. Summer's coming. It's time to get our holiday season going, and we're going to be able to slowly open up our hotels as well. Yeah, we worked very closely with the Restaurant Association. David Lamont did. We rolled out those metrics as regards to outdoor dining. Now we're doing the same indoor. There are going to be capacity limitations, same things in terms of masks and social distancing. But I got to say, the restaurants, in terms of 2 weeks of operations on the outside, it's worked very well. I think customers are slowly getting back, feeling confident. And I've seen all the restaurants that I've been witnessed, have been taking the protocol seriously.
Is there any word on when the American Job Centers will be back open for in-person visits?
Let me get back to you on that. I don't have a date on that.
What about for nursing home visits?
We're talking about that right now, trying to find some way we can augment what we do with FaceTime, maybe something outside, maybe one visitor family over a limited period of time, get them tested, be able to go in. We're going to be able to make some progress on that, I hope soon.
Congressman Larson today made the connection between history on the pandemic of 18, the crash of 29, and the riots of 68. Clearly there's a lot on the plate of every elected official right now. Have you given any additional thought to how Connecticut might respond in a broader way to the ingrained issues of racism and poverty that we're reminded of by the George Floyd death?
Well, you got a lot in that question.
Well, there's a lot in the issue, isn't there?
There's a lot in the issue. I mean, first of all, 1918 reminds us that it's not necessarily a 3-month Spanish flu. There was a resurgence there. More people died in the second wave, which is why we are taking the reopening so cautiously as we go forward. I think I'll skip 1929, Paz, if you don't mind. But, George Floyd, we just reminded, we know about the healthcare disparities when it comes to how COVID afflicts people of color much more severely, much more likely to get infected, much more likely to suffer fatal consequences. And it's the same thing with guns. And it's something about the neighborhoods that we got to do a better job of keeping people safe. And that's what today is all about.
Governor, you talked a lot about the importance of contact tracing. So can you give us a sense of just how far along? I know not every district is up and running, but like yesterday, 150 people test positive. How many of those people then have their contacts traced?
I think Josh has said we've got, over half of our local health departments up and going and feeling confident enough to contact trace. We have hundreds of folks, volunteers, who are following up as well. So I think we are ramping that up and catching up quickly. I think you're going to find that most of the folks have been contacted who were found to be tested positive. Whether they take our call and want to participate is up to them. That's voluntary.
At some of the demonstrations, the Black Lives demonstrations, when there's an elected official there, someone inevitably shouts out, "But what are you going to do?" So that's what I was trying to get at before.
I see.
Do you have any thoughts on a line of action at this point that you might propose that the General Assembly should take up?
I'll tell you one very specific thing. I think the body cams are invaluable. And I know we've done it on a voluntary basis. Look at George Floyd. Look what it made a difference there. Will we have known about George Floyd if it wasn't for somebody with a camera taking that video and reminding us that this happens and that was not an isolated incident? So we've got money in this current budget so municipalities can go out, if they haven't done it yet, to start getting the body cams. And Paz, I hope the legislature, we get them convened. We get some more money in there so we can make sure that everybody has those body cams. I think it gives the citizens of the state confidence that the state police are doing the right thing. And I know the police want to be able to show that they're doing the right thing.
Governor, as we go into the weekend, we're anticipating even more protests with people off on the weekend. Any concerns heading into the weekend?
Yeah, I have concerns. You know, we're in the middle of a COVID crisis, first of all, and if I see hundreds of people rubbing shoulders, I have concerns there. I always have concerns about violence, but I look at our neighboring states, I look around the country, I could not be more proud of the people of the state of Connecticut. The protesters are standing up for a really noble cause, and in many cases, the police are there right with them, locking arms and showing solidarity in our violence. We haven't arrested anybody, as far as I know, in 4 days. That's a really good sign.
Governor,
You said no to restaurants reopening on the 10th, but now they can reopen on the 7th. Your reasoning for that?
Why the 17th and not the 10th, I think? Yeah, I look at Massachusetts. They'll be opening at about the same time. I look at New York. At least they'll be getting outdoor dining at the same time. And I look at our restaurants who make a strong case, give us a little more time to prepare for what could be a big Father's Day weekend. I'm looking forward to going out.
Governor, have you been in contact with legislative leaders about a special session?
Yep, there have been some discussions. So I think we'll be able to lay out something in more detail probably next week.
Governor, when you look at the COVID numbers and you look at how many deaths we're seeing in nursing homes and then compare that to how many deaths overall, it seems like really the overwhelming majority right now are coming from nursing homes. So you're understanding that this is like mostly a nursing home problem at this point?
The overwhelming number are in nursing homes, 60+%, as you know, and then put in senior living as well. But your question is really smart, because when we look at the overall positivity rate, I'm particularly interested in the general population when it comes to how we reopen and what those metrics are. I care in my heart about those congregated areas like nursing homes where people are dying. And that's why we're testing each and every one of the people. We've gone in and inspected every one of those nursing homes several times. And we have a 211 number. So if you find something is not right at the nursing home, you're not getting the PPE, you find they're not doing the infection protocols correctly, call us. We'll be in there to enforce it.
So do you have a breakdown? Do you know what the infection rate is outside of congregate settings versus in them?
I do, but I can't tell you right now.
Are you marching this weekend?
I'll certainly be going to a vigil. More on that later. Hey, thank you, everybody.